Cuando te pillo en la calle te abro por dentro. La calle me llama y en ella me muero. La calle me llama y en ella me muero.
So Prime, you know, I'm already just feel like you are just so talented, y'all. Before we got started, he was speaking all these different languages. Because you called yourself, what, was it trilingual, you said?
Yeah,
a multilingual?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I speak Spanish first, English, and then Haitian Creole, just being around my brothers out there in Florida, you know. I just picked it up. I really took it serious, you know. After the earthquake happened, I took it serious, and I started really learning the language and then learning the slang and all that, so.
Yeah, it'll creep up on you, man. You know, I got some Caribbean backgrounds. So
here you go.
They be speaking of stuff. Sometimes if you listen close enough, you can figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
But if that patois is thick, you'll never catch it. You'll never
you
know it'll go over your head.
Yeah, you gotta have almost like an acquired ear for it.
You do.
If you don't, then you will get lost. But
you'll
it's
be
English,
laughing. They be looking at you like.
I don't even try with my Haitian family. I just go fix me a plate.
Man, shout out to my Haitians, man. Love y'all.
Well, I want to do like a quick little thing because, you know, she said you can, you know, talk the slang. So you heard us talk about like the Botham Jean case. So in whatever language, tell us what you think about it in your language, like in a sentence.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes.
In whatever language.
Yeah, whichever you want to do. Haitian, Puerto Rican, Spanish. I know they might be the same a little bit there. Sorry, but yeah, what you come on. He thinking, y'all got his thinking face.
I guess I'll do it.
Randy been drinking watermelon. She's kind of mixed
Watermelon lemonade. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's an interesting request. Let's see. I'll go ahead with some Spanish. I'll say que esto está bien jodido. That's what I'll say.
Okay, let's see. Come on, Q. What we think he said?
I heard Julio, and I watched Power. That was my man's name. You know what? That was messed up. That's all I caught on that one.
Mike, come on. What you think he said?
Oh, I don't translate.
Okay, what did you say? Just wanted out of curiosity.
Esto está bien jodido. This is really fucked.
All right, that part, period.
It's really fucked.
Okay, well, let's talk about things that are not fucked, your music. So, let us know, how did you get started? Like, how you get into it? Like, tell us about it.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I got into it actually making fun of rappers, so I was...
Oh!
Yeah, like, what happened was, I was at a high school, Lakeland, Florida, shout out to Lakeland High School, and everybody rapped there. And I thought it was annoying. Like, everybody was a rapper, so I was
Sounds like Atlanta.
I actually decided to invest in studio equipment just to make parody raps and make fun of people rapping. But I really, one time I started writing like a real song. And then from there I took it serious and, you know, because somebody told me that it reached them. Then when I got that reaction, I was like, damn, so something I wrote actually reached you. So that's kind of cool. Then I started taking it serious, but it's kind of ironic, yeah.
Yo, so when we met, my man Prime, at the Fashion Awards, or not awards, the Fashion Polo Classic, Randy was doing an interview with you, and you did a rap in Spanish.
Man, listen.
Now, I'm not the biggest, I'm a huge hip-hop head, all right? But I'm not a huge Pitbull fan or Fat Joe or any of them. They have some songs I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But when you did it, and no cap, because we don't pull no punches in here. If you whack, we're going to tell you it's whack. Bro. I was actually like, yo, hold on. This is actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
And you got Khaled who's doing music and he's adding verses that's in Spanish.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, he low-key could have
Shout out
a
to
verse
Florida again,
on a Khaled song.
Oh,
like,
yeah, that
just dope. How do you translate or how do you come up with a hot verse and put it in Spanish and still make it, you know, American hip-hop-ish?
Yeah.
Damn.
Great question, kid.
Nobody's ever asked me that, and you know what's crazy? So I started doing American hip-hop. I grew up in America, so I grew up making rap in English, and then reggaeton started being a thing when I was growing up, but I wasn't into reggaeton, to be real with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, what happened was, when I started messing with my culture a little bit more on that side, I started putting in Spanish bars, but it was always gonna have that flow, like, from what I know from American rap.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's just like the cadences and stuff, that's what's in my head. I don't have the reggaeton cadence and stuff like that.
That's tough.
So when I do rap in Spanish, it's gonna catch your ear like, hold on, this is some like triple,
what are you saying? I like it.
Triplet, like, you know what I mean? It's catching my ear how I'm used to listening to music, because it should. But you know, for the Spanish audience, then on the flip side, it's like whoa, like that sounds American, but you rapping in Spanish.
So it gets a whole new audience.
So they like it
That's
too.
what I'm hoping.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, man. They loving it so far. So I'm just trying to expand it, and get it really going.
You said reggaeton? What is that? What now?
Reggaeton, so it's like a mixture of reggae, and I don't know the tone part, but basically
it's like an Afrobeat. So y'all like that song Joanna. That's Afrobeat. So that would be more of toward the Afro tone. So him, David O, the name of that song is Drogba. A lot of people don't know, and they say go join, but
he's a Caribbean rapper.
They're African, actually.
That's like the other dude.
Afrobeat.
Afrobeat.
Yeah, that would be more of a reggaeton.
Yeah, and our music really derives from Africa. So what happened was Puerto Rico, they were doing dancehall music.
Shout out to Fat Joe on the interview a couple weeks ago.
Shout out to Fat Joe, speaking some real stuff.
Absolutely, and a lot of people don't understand or realize that, but. Only difference between American slaves and Caribbean slaves is your boat went one way and our boat went the other. We all still the same folks.
It's the word.
Yeah, let me clarify for him a little bit because I feel like he's getting a lot of heat for it because
he shouldn't.
The caption says Latinos are all black or something like that.
Yeah.
It should have said Caribbean Latinos.
Caribbean Latinos.
You know what I mean? Because it's a difference. That's why our culture is real distinct. It's real different. It's real similar to like. That's why we mesh well with Haitians, Jamaicans because it's just like the same vibe. But it's in Spanish because we were conquered by the Spanish. But if you look at our bloodline,
Spaniards, absolutely.
Yeah, the Spaniards. So if you look at our bloodline, though, you'll see mostly it's native to the Caribbean, African, and then Spanish. It's the smallest amount in our bloodline.
Word.
The smallest amount.
Yeah, we speak it, but our makeup is not really that much Spanish, honestly.
That's dope.
So, like, what do you classify yourself as then as the artist? What do you classify yourself as?
Oh, I'm a Caribbean rap artist.
Caribbean rap artist.
Yeah, I claim the whole Caribbean. I don't just claim Puerto Rico or nothing like that, but I do claim my roots.
So you're one of
That's
the...
big, though. Like, if we take a step back to even think about it, like, when you listen or even go to the Caribbean, rap is not huge.
Yeah.
It's getting there. It's coming up, but... If you turn on the radio over there, you're going to hear very few rap songs. You're going to hear a lot of Caribbean reggae music.
Right.
So to even be a Caribbean rap artist, you are opening a lane for people who are listening to a lot of American hip-hop and like the cadence, like the music, and they actually want to do that. In my opinion, he's a pioneer.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like, who else is doing what you're doing? It's the Caribbean rap artist.
I don't know anybody that's doing what I'm doing. I'm not trying to say that to
Future's Haitian. But I don't know if that counts because he's not from the Caribbean. He's from the A.
I didn't even really know he was Haitian.
He's Haitian.
He do talk about that in songs sometimes. I heard him say that.
Quite a few people are Caribbean that rap, but they're Americans, so it's kind of different.
You just know so much about this, don't you?
You're talking about people like Wyclef. You talking about Fat Joe. Rest in peace, Big Pun.
Hold on, my boy Wale.
You talking, but you're talking about American rappers who have Caribbean roots, and I mean fresh.
Their parents are Caribbean,
not their great grandmama.
Yeah.
They fresh.
Yeah.
And to be real, I feel like I'm actually kind of bringing it back full circle because if you really go back to the origins of hip hop, the Caribbeans was behind it from the beginning, from the forefront, from the first DJs, from the first B-boys.
Marley Marl, is he Caribbean?
No, it was DJ, Grandmaster Flash, I believe.
Grandmaster Flash Caribbean?
Was Jamaican, I believe.
Is he really?
It's either Grandmaster Flash, another one of the
Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. That's The Message. That's one of my favorites.
KRS, to verify, KRS-One goes in detail about it, but he definitely big ups the Jamaican culture for the whole way of hip hop parties being put in the Bronx.
That's real.
With stacking up the speakers and doing that. If you go to Carnival and see how we do Carnival, that's the same way it's from our culture. That's how we do it. We brought that into the Bronx. And that's how them parties got so crazy outside because they're stacking up like 20 speakers on each other, going crazy. And that's from the Jamaican culture. And then you got the Puerto Rican influence that thankfully Spike Lee's been showing some of that connection. The show To Get Down on Netflix.
Get Down, yeah.
Finally, they're giving some credit to that. And Fat Joe, I feel bad because he's been talking, trying to tell people.
Been doing it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm bringing it back full circle to where that people understand the connection between Caribbean music and hip hop for both audiences.
I swear I came up real cutthroat. Tight hands on my young throat. Being choked by my uncle. That was blood, I'm glad he ain't have a gun though. Bitch nigga, I ain't run though. Try that shit now and get smoked like a blunt hoe. Now he on crack, that's a fact shit. He killing himself, so I leave it in the past.
I like stories. And I hear you talking about your cousin. You put the knife to his throat and he laughed. That's when y'all feel it. Like that shit, like I got a cousin, we almost could be brothers, all right?
Yeah.
That's how tight we are.
Yeah.
So that kind of hit a nerve with me. I usually don't go first when it comes to this. I'm usually last because this is my segment. I'm going first. I'm slapping this. Like if this was playing and I was somewhere, I'd go to Shazam and try to listen to like, who is this? So I can check out some more of their music.
Wow.
And I'm not even surprised because I heard you spit to us at the event.
On the spot.
But this shit is hard, and I gotta know what the hell you were saying in Spanish at the end of that.
Yeah. Shout out to my cousin. He's on that song. He's on a prison phone, and he wrote that. And he was in segregation for a year. He was in 23-hour lockdown for a whole year, and he wrote that. And he said, Cuando te pillo en la calle, te abro por dentro. When I see you on the street, I'm gonna open you from the inside. It's some gangster shit.
Yeah.
And then he said, the streets is calling my name, and that's where I'll die. But that shit haunted me. You know what I'm saying? Cause coming from his perspective, and knowing what he's going through, facing a life sentence and everything, on a murder charge, like that's a really dark place.
Yeah,
and I grew up with him. You know what I mean? So like to me, that's my heart.
Yeah.
And for him to say that, and to say that the streets is gonna kill me one day, that's very 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 real to me.
Yeah.
And so it haunted me so much. And I was writing my story out, and I decided to put the conversation I had with him on the record, and then I decided to recite it back to him like, I got you, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you
Tell
too.
us, we didn't let you introduce the song.
He did.
Did he? Did I miss it? I'm sorry, y'all. I've been drinking watermelon too, y'all. No homo. Let me put that out there.
Where was he at?
What was the name of the song?
My story.
My story.
Let me go ahead and jump in here while he drink on his watermelon. Let me just say, like, first of all, I'm slapping that shit hands down. One of the lines that popped up to me when you talked about your uncle choking you, and you didn't have a gun. If you were older, you would shoot his ass and would smoke him like a blunt. I love that whole line because for me, it related when you have family members who you are supposed to protect and care for you, and they're the one that are hurting you.
Yeah.
So I from that aspect, I was like, damn. But just your whole lyrical sound, and just keep it playing. When I hear it, it sounds like I'm listening to just from direct, like an African American, full on black man. And then to see you, Puerto Rican, which we still in the same family there. I'm like, damn, this dude is like, you're talking to you, then hearing you. I'm like, oh my God, like it's almost two different people. Like you go into a whole nother person, a whole nother vibe, and I really liked it. And for me, I'm like, okay, I want to hear these other two songs you said. I'm gonna have to jump because I can hear myself got that shit cranked up, driving down, smoking on some bubble gum or whatever, and I can just like be vibing, and I really enjoyed that for sure.
I appreciate that thoroughly. I really do.
I did.
Yeah.
Maya, let's see if Maya's gonna tell us what she really thinks.
Wow, I got my videographer hat on today, okay? You might hear me in the background of your video. Sorry. I actually did like it. Like,
I believe you too.
No cap. Like, I like the authenticity of it. I like the whole bid with your cousin on the actual prison phone. I really appreciate that because you can also tell, because it's not of quality of how you were speaking. You could tell it was like, okay, dude's on the phone, like, but like, where is he? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, and I also like the Spanish flair.
Yeah.
Shout out to you from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, San Juan.
Bienvenidos a.
Hey, estamos aquí.
Hey, we don't know what all that means.
I said welcome. Dang it.
I thought welcome is denada.
I just said we here.
Denada is thank you,
you.
Randy.
Oh, how you say you welcome?
How's Randy from Dallas, Texas, and can't
I know. Listen, when I
Listen.
can't,
You're welcome. Denada's you're welcome.
Thank you. I thought so.
Randy, I am
I
a
said
black.
that.
No, you said it says thank you.
I'm gonna drink a watermelon. I'm sorry.
Randy, I am a black African American woman from Atlanta, and I know Spanish. Like,
Listen, I used to know it very well, but listen, it fell out. But I still love my Latinos.
Okay. Anyways, I appreciated it. I would definitely, slap it. I really I love authenticity.
Yes.
And I love stories.
So,
and
right.
I like how raw you were. Like, you had no shame in telling, this is what's up. Like, this is my family. This is me. Like, take it or leave it.
Facts.
So,
Facts.
good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did Maya tell the truth?
Right.
I hope so.
Find out on the next episode of Black Educated.
Right.
And Randy is not from Dallas, Texas. We have went over
Boy,
this.
hush.
Randy is from Beaumont.
I ain't from no
Beaumont,
goddamn
Texas.
Beaumont.
Also to Louisiana. She don't know nothing.
She don't know shit.
Y'all be hating on
Shout out to
Claire.
Cash Money.
Hey,
Taking over for the 9.
for the 992,000.
Well, they were talking about storytelling, but they talk about me because I am not easily impressed in the new scene of hip hop. And me, I was not a Nipsey Hussle music fan. I wasn't familiar with the music until he passed away, and I'm still not somebody that's not walking around and blasting it.
Mm-hmm.
I was familiar with his philanthropy and what he was doing in LA, but what I do hear is him and you. I hear that when it comes to the storytelling, but what I also enjoyed was the phone call and how real it is, because I listen to a lot of Ty Dolla $ign, and he does that. And I'm a huge Big Sean fan, and Big Sean does the same thing. Just incredible.
I didn't know that. I love Big Sean. Go ahead.
Yeah, because y'all listen to a lot of other stuff that I just don't care for. But that right there, it lets you know how true you are to your music. Big Sean is a true artist who I enjoy from Detroit. I love Ty Dolla $ign. People's like, you listen to Ty Dolla $ign all the time.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
And so I'm gonna have to slap it because that's how amazing the song was.
Oh shoot, y'all! Mike just slapped it.
Oh, slap it.
Damn, this whole
Three
shit got
slap it.
slapped up. Thank you.
I
y'all.
slapped it too.
Yeah.
We all slapped
Yo,
it.
yeah, we said 3. I said 4. 4 slapped
Is it
up.
3 or 4 for
It's
real?
supposed to slap it.
Now, I actually believe Maya. I think Maya really meant that, so I believe her.
We'll find out behind the scenes.
Tell Mike to get
I'm
out your
gonna
neck.
punch you in the throat. First of all, I
That's
didn't even
always
know
said.
you didn't listen to Nip, so I'm offended. Secondly, when did you start listening to Big Sean?
Right, I
need
said,
to
who
know.
knew this?
Like, you was an old soul. I know you'd be listening to the Temptations and the 5 Heartbeats and, you know, the step by step.
Maya's going for Mike.
She really is. The 5 Heartbeats is a movie, but you worry about the hustle. You didn't know who Diane Carroll was.
Okay, focusing back on Prime.
No, we got it. Come on. We have guests. You a videographer. Leave my mic alone. Thanks so much.
But no, seriously, Prime, we want to say thank you for blessing us with that music. I mean, we genuinely thought that shit was dope. So I'm sure we're probably putting the rest of your tracks probably under bed on this show because that was really good. Good job.
Let's get it. Thank you, man.
Absolutely,
I appreciate
it.
it.
No, thank you. I was just glad that when we saw you, we'd passed you once in the media section, and you know how it gets when you out there, you working, you kind of got a one-track mind. Let me get what I can get.
And y'all was hot.
We
As hell.
definitely were hot. Y'all should have seen Randy's back sweat. And on top of that,
Lie. I appreciate you being on top of your shit and giving us some dope ass music.
You know, I appreciate the opportunity every time, man. You know, I learn from a lot of legends, and legends stay humble, and legends stay, grounded. No matter what, you're going to get the same, quality to my name. I'm trying to live up to the meaning of my name, Prime Ethics. So,
Yeah.
if I'm inconsistent, then somebody got to check me.
Okay, well, no checking around here, boo. But we are going to check to this next episode, or next segment, I should say. So, guys, you know what it is. We got to get our Melanin News update.
Dope boys playing tongue. You can never win. If you do, they violate you and they rob your shit. Treat you like a bitch, that's just what the fuck it is. I'm just documenting the events. Kayleen Providence.